Whoa! I'm sick. Alright, so welcome to my really shitty, completely unedited makeup tutorial. I look like shit, got acne everywhere. I'm going on Accutane in less than a month, so I won't be able to turn up for 6 months. Yeah. So, again, I sound really weird. I'm sick because of the weather change. But I'm gonna do a video on how to beat this face because obviously I don't look like this in everyday life. My hair looks like shit, by the way. These are all just like a bunch of disclaimers as far as, you know, why you shouldn't make fun of me. But yeah, my hair looks like shit. I'm in the process of going back to blonde because this Accutane doesn't let me dye my hair, so I have to go back to my natural color, even though I want to go dark. So it looks like this right now. It's gonna get better. I'm gonna tone it. I'm gonna actually dye it my natural color. So yeah, anyway, so I'm gonna get started. Let me just like back this up a little bit. Hopefully you can see everything that I'm doing today. We'll see. Alright, so my eyebrows are on from yesterday. The reason they're on from yesterday is because the shit that I use is waterproof as fuck, and I just kind of leave it on for 2 days and then I wash it off. Just makes shit easier for me. They're kind of messed up from when I was sleeping, so I'm going to go ahead and like fix those, but this isn't like my full eyebrow routine. If you want one, I'll probably do a poll on Instagram and do that because I have zero eyebrows, like none. Like they're blonde as fuck, so you can't even tell that they're there, so I basically just paint them on every single day. But I'm going to be using let me do it like a beauty guru, a Real Techniques angled brush, and I'm going to squirt some of this Makeup Forever Aqua Brow in the shade Blonde because I'm closer to a blonde now than I am a redhead, even though it looks like on camera like I'm still like a really light redhead, but I'm actually just like blonde. Like there's parts of bleach blonde in here mixed with like a weird orangey red color. But anyway, oh wait, no, you can't even see. I have to back it up more. Alright. I think you can see now. Alright, so I'm pretty much just, I feel like I have to duck to do this. Can I like back this up more? Okay, good. Alright. Okay, I think it's good. Alright, so I'm just gonna, it's hard for you guys to see like where my eyebrows are fucked up from sleeping, but they're pretty fucked up. So I'm just gonna fix them. I feel like I should tell a story during this video. I probably will, but I don't know what to do. I don't know what story time to do. I'm considering a story of one of my professors hitting on me, and I'm not going to mention who because I know a lot of you guys go to school with me. But I might do it anyway and just not mention his name because it's a good one. Just let me finish my eyebrows first because it requires extreme concentration. Wow, these look like shit, but like I'm not about to wash them off and do them again, so we just gonna roll with it. I only have 2 classes today, so people can just deal. But yeah, if you want an eyebrow tutorial, I'll probably do a poll on Instagram, so just answer that and let me know, because this is not how my eyebrows usually look. They look better. Great. Okay, so now I'm gonna just use some Essence Make Me Brow Gel in the shade Blonde, of course. And I'm just gonna put that in there, slap it down. Yeah, I kind of give like 0 fucks what my eyebrows say. I think they're like too far apart, but I also don't care. But what else? Okay, so those are done. Now, what I will do, woo! Alright, now what I'll do is I will take my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Fair. I'm almost out. I use this for, like, everything. It's the best concealer. I love it more than the Tarte Shape Tape. It's so good. So, all I do is I put this on my eyelids, like that much, you could say. And then I just rub it in to make my eyelids look less veiny, because I have really, really fair skin, and you can see, like, all my fucking veins. So I do this. I always do my eyes first because I'm sorry, I totally just lost my train of thought. Oh, I always do my eyes first because a lot of the time eyeshadow gets, like, underneath my eyes, and I know that if I put, like, foundation, which I don't wear foundation, but if I put, like, concealer under there, it would just, like, fuck up the entire concealer. Sorry, my light just went off. It would fuck up the entire, like, concealer and everything else, like the powder. So I just do my eyes first, and then whatever falls out, I clean up, and then I go ahead and do concealer on my face. I do not like foundation. I used to wear it all the time before I did my first round of Accutane, because this is my second round that I'm about to go on. But before I did my first round, I used to use it all the time, and I associate, like, foundation with really shitty, like, oily, uncomfortable, like, skin. So I refuse to wear it. Like, it's just, like, I have bad memories attached to foundation. So I won't use it anymore. I just use concealer. Oh my god, I sound like a man! Oh my god, I'm so sorry. This is the worst makeup tutorial. Holy shit. This is not how I talk. Alright. So this is blended. Now, I take this random brush. I have no idea what this is, where it's from. My dad's, like, shitty girlfriend, who he dumped, like, a year ago, gave this to me. It's probably from the dollar store, honestly. But this end right here, this end is great. It's good for, like, laying down, like, skin-colored powders. So I take my Too Faced Natural Mattes palette. Can you see it? I'm a beauty guru. And I take this shade right here, Heaven, and I just dip my brush in it, swirl it around, tap it off, and I cover, like, the concealer that I just did to, like, set it. Please excuse this horrendous video. Like, I'm so sorry. You know, somebody should make a, like, one of those memes where, like, there's this, like, they take, like, a beauty guru without makeup, and they'll be like, and then it'll say, like, this is why I don't trust girls, like, you should take a picture of me now, and then a picture of me after, like, all glammed up and shit, because that would be funny, and I would laugh. Alright, so, or this is why I have trust issues, you can caption it, because I feel that. I totally feel that. I did not wake up like this. Oh, I mean, I woke up like this, but, like, at the end, you know, I definitely did not wake up like that, honey. So what I'm doing today is I'm doing a tutorial on the makeup that I wear the most. I have another look that I wear pretty often, which I can do if you guys want. I'll probably do an Instagram poll on that too, because I like Instagram polls. If you guys want to see that, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit more in depth. This one's just my easy, like, fuck it, like, I'm just going to school kind of a look. But, yeah, so right now I'm taking this shade called Chocolate Cookie in the Natural Mattes palette, and I'm putting it all over this Real Techniques base shadow brush. This is a great brush. So I'm just taking this and putting it all over the lid, and I don't even know if you can hear me. I'm, like, talking into my hand, but I hold my eyelid down like this. And I cover it. And with the same brush, because I'm lazy as fuck, like, once that lid is covered, then I kind of take, like, the tip of the brush and, like, put the same shade on it. Oh shit, I put the wrong shade on it. Hold on while I just dust this off. Alright, so then I take Chocolate Cookie again, the same shade, and I put it in my crease a little bit with the same brush. I have a crease brush, but honestly, this works just as good. Less brushes, less effort to reach 2 inches and grab my other brush. So, this is what I do, because I'm a lazy piece of shit. Okay, so now that I did this eye, I'm gonna do the same thing with the other eye, the exact same thing. Surprise, surprise! Alright, so I'm gonna start my story. Hopefully I can actually finish it by the end of this video because I have a tendency to stop talking while I'm doing makeup. But we shall see. So, I think this is a shorter story. Alright, a long time ago over the summer, excuse my periodic coughing. A long time ago over the summer, I was on Tinder and I was with my friend. I think she was with me. Maybe I was texting her. I think I was texting her. And was scrolling through Tinder, and like my friend and I always like joke about sugar daddies and whatever. So I had my settings on my Tinder like set to like really old like men. And I kind of forgot about it. And like obviously I'm not looking for like older men, like seriously. But like I just didn't realize. So I'm scrolling through and like the first person I see is my professor. I'm not gonna say what subject it was. I'm not gonna say what department they're in. I'm not gonna say like whatever, because I don't want to get them in trouble because they're actually a really good professor. But so basically what happened was I clicked like because I just like wanted to see if we matched. Like you guys on Tinder know, like you see a person that you know and you just click on them not because you like them or want to date them, but because you want to match with them. Or not because you want to match them, but because, like, you want to see if they match with you. Because then they liked you, so you get to know if they like you. You know what I mean? So, we matched. Or, no, we didn't match at first. And then I went to sleep, and I was like, oh, okay, he must have thought it was inappropriate. Like, me too, you know? And then the next morning, I wake up to a match, and it was him. And I was like, oh, okay, because he didn't message me. And I was like, okay, well, maybe he was curious, too. But, like, he's not going to message me because he thinks it's inappropriate. So I didn't hear from him for like a few weeks, and then I was on vacation in South Carolina, and I get a message from him, and he's like, I wish I could go through my phone and read the messages, but my phone is taking this video right now, so I can't. But from what I remember, he was basically like, oh hey, like, you know, we matched, and like straight up, he was like, oh yeah, like I matched with you on purpose, like I should have messaged you sooner, blah blah blah, and I was like, woo. But of course my dumbass like answered because like I want to know where this goes. Like you can't even blame me. Like you would want to know where it would go to. So where's my blending brush? Okay, now I'm taking a blending brush. I don't even know where this is from, but it's just like an angled blending brush. And I'm gonna blend this shit out because like look how harsh it is. It's harsh as fuck. So anyway, so he's like, oh yeah, like mine was on purpose. And like I didn't really know what to say because what do you say to that? Do you just be like, oh yeah, like I was just curious, like I don't like you? And I guess I should have, but like I have a tendency to like take things way too far with people, which is why I have so many good story times, because I just like don't know when is a good time to say, okay, stop. So I was like, oh yeah, like that's cool. I kind of like avoided the whole like, oh yeah, I did it on purpose, because like I didn't do it on purpose. So, hold on, let me just fix something real quick. Okay. Right, so now I'm taking this Master Precise Skinny Liner in Sharp Brown, because I really only ever wear brown eyeliner. It makes my eyes pop. Oh wait, I just ran out. Wait, okay, alright, maybe, oh no, I didn't, okay, good. Alright, so I'm just basically, what I'm doing is I'm just lining the upper lash line, nothing fancy, no wing, nothing like that, and I'm doing it as thin as I can, but we'll see. It doesn't really matter, like, thin or thick, like, it's just a line. Just saying, oh, like, excuse the back of my hand, there's eyeshadow on it. Okay, so, while I do this, I will try to talk. So, oh god, I can't do this. Alright, give me a second. I'm so bad at this. Oh my god. I'm not meant to be a YouTuber. I see why YouTubers do voiceovers now. Honestly. Alright. Almost done. Alright, now I gotta even out the other eye, of course, because I can't get anything even ever. Like, look, these fucking eyebrows. Sisters, not twins. Excuse my mouth being open too. That's just like a makeup thing. Girls, you understand, guys? If you put on makeup, you understand. If not, then you suck. Okay. Even enough. So I just have like this little like line, you know. Nothing fancy. And then real quick, I'm just going to take my favorite eyeliner in the entire world. It's so good. Buy this eyeliner. It's cheap as fuck. It's better than Marc Jacobs. I love it. You need this. They sell it in multiple shades, so if you don't like brown, they have you covered. This is the Essence Gel Eye Pencil in waterproof, and the shade is Cocoa Bean. Best eyeliner ever, especially for blue eyes. Brown eyeliner is great. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to line my waterline. This looks scary. Honestly, I poke my eye sometimes, but we're just going to do it. I just close my eye and like kind of just like go back and forth and like press down on my waterline. And then we get this, which is smudge as fuck, but I'm going to fix that with concealer. So then I'm going to do the same thing on this eye. Oh, look how smudged that is. It's okay. It's really okay. I'm going to do some more on here. Alright. So, I am going to take a little saliva. This is ratchet as fuck, like I'm telling you. I'm going to take a little saliva and just like clean up as much of that smudge as I can. But we're going to use concealer next, so. Alright, so now that we have this shit going on, I'm going to take an oil, which, a lot of people don't wear oils during the day. I think that putting on an oil makes your, makes any skin products, like as far as makeup goes, sit on your skin a lot more naturally. I don't know why. I think it's because they're oil-based, and if this is an oil, then it like meshes. I don't really know, but I like it. It works. I'm almost out of this stuff. It's the Teddy Organics Organic Rosehip Oil. I got this on Amazon, but honestly, any oil will work as long as it's a face oil. Don't put like peppermint oil on your skin. Or anything like that. Come on. Alright, I'm literally like dealing with the last drops of this product. Don't put on too much though. Only put on like a really thin layer. Like I just poured out too much. So I'm putting some on my neck as well. Yep, I'm just gonna rub it under my eyes. This also helps with like fine lines and shit forming. Because it's oil and it keeps your under eyes moisturized. So it's like, it's good all around, you know? Now my face is super red because I just rubbed it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a concealer. Where the fuck did that go? Oh, it's right here. I'm going to take a concealer and just like, I'm going to put it under my eyes. I'm going to cover up my pimples. Like I have quite a few right now. I'm going to cover them up. And that's it. Like I'm not going to use foundation. I don't like foundation. There's probably going to be like a few things poking through, but like I'm fine with that. I'm not like, oh my god, I have to be flawless. So we're just going to do that while I talk. It's nothing, like, we just blend it. I blend it out with my fingers or with a beauty blender. Sometimes I use both, which I'll probably do today. But that's it. Oh, no. What happened there, honey? I got, like, hella eyeliner on the corner of my eye. Hold on 1 second. I'm just, like, fixing it. Okay. Alright, it's fixed. Alright, so, yeah, I'm just blending it out. And I'm putting it on different parts of my face. So, we'll talk while I do that. So anyway, where did I leave off? So he messaged me, and so we were talking, like, a little bit. Nothing, like, crazy, just, like, talking. And I was like, oh, yeah, like, you're a good professor. Like, trying to establish, like, a student-professor, like, vibe. But, that kind of didn't work. And I let things go too far, like I said. So, he was like, hey, like, why don't you come to my office? Like, well, this is, like, when school started. He kind of hit me up, like, right before school started. So he's like, hey, like, why don't you come to my office? So I would come to his office. And we would chill, nothing bad, nothing crazy. Like, he wasn't like, oh, let's fuck. Like, nothing like that at all. So he was still, like, very professional. Like, not really doing anything wrong, but kind of doing something wrong. Oh, God. So, you know, I did that a couple times, and we would message or whatever. And, like, one of the nights, he was there late. And oh god, I got eyeliner, like, on my face. Like, how does it even happen? Oh my god, it's, like, in the corner of my nose. Okay. So, he was there late one night, and, like, I'm in the biology club at my school. I was laying on the couch in there, like, sleeping, and I had a dream about him for some reason. And I woke up, and I see him walking outside. Like, I look out the window, and he's, like, walking outside. And, like, I don't know where he was going. But, like, it scared the shit out of me. Like, I just didn't expect to see him. And it was really weird. So I texted him. And I was like, oh, this is so weird. Like, whatever. And, so he's like, yeah. And then, you know, we're talking a little bit again. Like, we kind of hadn't messaged, like, a few days before that. So anyway, he talks me into going on a date with him. And so I was like, you know what? Like, fuck it. Like, I'm a reckless bitch. Like, I'm gonna do it. Like, I just want to see where this goes. Like, I swear to God, I do shit, not because I want to, but because it's gonna make a good story. Like, I feel like that's so bad. But, like, I don't know. That's really bad. I shouldn't have admitted to that, but it's true. So, he gets me to go on this date with him. And so he's like, let's go to this place. Like, he said a certain place. And I was like, okay. So I was like, I don't know where that is though. So he's like, all right, like, I was like, can you drive me? And he's like, yeah, sure. So he like rolls up in his fucking whip and, and so I'm like, all right, like, this isn't fucking weird at all, like, regrets. But I get in his car, and we go to this place, and it is a bougie place. Like, I didn't know, like, around where I live, that there was a bougie place. But it was, like, a bar, but it was also, like, a really nice, like, I don't even know. Like, this place is open really late, too, and it was just bougie as fuck, and there wasn't, like, too many people there. And so we went, and, like, I had, like, tea, and he was just eating. Like, I had already eaten, I didn't want to eat. But he was eating, and, like, his friend comes in, and who just so happens to, like, work there. And his friend comes in, and, like, he, like, introduces me to his friend, which is, like, weird as fuck, because, like, I'm, like, so young, and he's, like, so old. And, so, so, his friend gives him, like, a free shot of something, and it's, like, a big-ass shot. Like, it's probably, like, 2 shots worth. So he takes a shot, and then he looks at me, and hands it to me and, like, lets me take a shot in public. Like, I'm not old enough to drink, by the way. So I'm like, oh my God, like, this is weird, but, like, I'm gonna do it. So I fucking took a shot. And, and then when we get done, he's like, hey, like, you want to smoke weed? And I was like, sure. And, so we leave, and he's like, all right, like, I got a one-hitter, like, whatever. So, first of all, it's weird that, like, my professor is offering me weed. And by the way, this professor is not a current professor of mine. I just wanted to say that because I don't think I said it, because that'd be really, like, extra fucked up. But anyway, so we're driving, and I thought we were gonna, like, go somewhere to smoke. No. He pulls over and, decides that we are going to smoke. He's gonna pull over and make it look like he's pulling over to, like, send a text or something. That was his whole philosophy there. And he was just gonna, like, smoke with me. And so we took a couple hits, and I'm like, this is weird. Like, why would you pull over on the side of the road? Like, just find a place where, like, cops aren't and, like, smoke, you know? But apparently that did not occur to him, or he did not care. And so I'm like, this is weird as fuck. So me and my professor from the past, we are just smoking on the side of a busy road. And I was like, okay. So eventually, you know, we finished that. He drops me off. Like, he's high as fuck, and, like, I wasn't high. And I'm like, wow, I feel like a really shitty person because I must smoke way too much. So, yeah, it was a little weird, a little awkward. But I get back, and, yeah, so that happens. You know, we talked a little more, and then I kind of stopped talking to him because I was kind of like, yeah, like, this is inappropriate. It's going a little bit too far. Like, he had made a couple, like, you know, I don't know. Like, I think he just wanted things to get serious, and, like, I just didn't really want it to yet. And by the way, he had specifically told me he was looking for a relationship, not even just a hookup. Like, I would have been less sketched out, I think, if it had just been a hookup, because, like, I would have been like, okay, typical. But, like, he wanted a relationship with me, which is, like, weird as fuck, and he was totally open about it, but whatever. So, anyway, sorry, I'm just, like, ow. I'm just sitting cross-legged. No. Alright. So, yeah, so that kind of happened. We stopped talking. So then I was over at a friend's house. His name is Dante. He doesn't mind me saying his name. His name is Dante. And we were laying there one night, and we were talking. And I told him this story. And he goes, oh my God, let me guess. It's blank. And he says his name. And I'm just like, I'm like, all right. I'm like, okay, so how did you know that? And he wouldn't tell me. And I was like, you need to tell me, like, right now. You have to tell me. So, he finally tells me, and he goes, oh yeah, like, my friend got involved with this dude, and there was a whole court case, or not court case, a whole issue with the administration, and they couldn't fire him because he has tenure, or whatever the fuck he said. So, basically, the whole thing was that he had dated somebody before and gotten in huge trouble for it. And this guy, this professor, had told me, let's call him, like, Ron, because I don't want to keep saying my professor. So, let's call him Ron. Ron had always said, like, oh, there's nothing wrong with, like, me dating other students, like, it's in the handbook, like, it's not that big of a deal, it's not that big of an issue, it says right in the handbook, and I was like, okay, like, whatever. Okay, so now I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Contour Palette. I'm gonna contour my nose and let it sit, so I'm gonna look weird. So I take this brush, I take this brush, I don't know, like, what kind of brush it is, but I'm gonna use it on my nose, and I'm gonna draw, like, 2 lines down where, like, I want my nose to look, like, I just want to make my nose look thinner, so I'm gonna do that. So I'm just gonna do this, like, just literally draw a line until it gets dark enough on my nose, and I'm gonna keep doing it until it gets dark. Okay, so now I'm gonna take this, see, I look cray-cray. I'm gonna take this, my same, oh, I forgot to tell you what powder I was using. I was using the Maybelline Fit Me powder, and I'm gonna take the same powder, and I'm gonna pack it on this brush. Again, I don't know what brush it is, it just looks like this, and I'm gonna sharpen up the lines, like, I'm gonna put one on the side of my nose, one in the center, and one on the side again. To make, like, highlights on my nose. And I'm gonna let this sit the whole time I'm doing the rest of my makeup. So I'm gonna look crazy, but I do wipe it off at the end. So this is what it looks like. What up, boys? So now I'm gonna take the same contour shade, and I'm gonna kind of, not contour, but I'm gonna kind of, like, put color on my face, like, in the same places that I'd contour. But I'm using a this, like, weird stippling brush from Real Techniques. It's a duo fiber face brush from Real Techniques. And I'm gonna just, like, dip it in there, swirl it in there. It's a really, like, thin brush. It's not dense, so that way, like, the color doesn't look crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna put this on the sides of my face and, like, my forehead. So anyway, he had told me that it was fine. And I looked up the handbook after my friend told me that this happened. And the handbook specifically says that, the updated handbook, by the way, that's important, it's an updated handbook, says that you're not allowed to, I'm so sick, that you're not allowed to have a, relationship with a professor because it's a power imbalance. So, I was like, what the fuck, like, this dude told me it was fine, he said to look in the handbook, and now the handbook says that you're not allowed. So, I confronted him, and I was like, why would you put me in this situation? Like, even if I wanted to date you, like, why would you do this? And he freaked out. And, like, I said this right before I had a class. Now I'm going to take the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in light bronzer and just kind of bronze, like, up on my cheeks and my forehead and stuff. I was like, why would you do this? Blah, blah, blah. So I said this right before our class. And when I got out of class, he blew up my phone. And he was like, oh, I didn't do it, blah, blah, blah. Like, that was another, you know, person, like, it happened a few times on campus with other professors, but not me. And I was like, oh. So he sends me a picture of an outdated handbook, and I knew it was outdated because you could tell, and also because the updated one is on the website. So it was outdated as fuck. And alright, now I'm taking a blush brush. I don't know what kind of brush this is, and I'm going to be taking the NARS Orgasm blush today and putting that on my cheeks. So he blew up my phone and sent me this outdated handbook, and I was just like, okay, dude, like, whatever. And I haven't talked to him since. I don't plan on talking to him because he's obviously a fucking liar. But, so yeah, and I guess I looked at the handbook and it says that it's illegal, so he basically lied to me to get me to like have a relationship with him or have sex with him or whatever he wanted me to do. And oh, by the way, I'm taking a Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, I think. Yeah, Expert Face Brush, and I'm just blending all of this stuff out. So yeah, that was a thing that happened, and now I'm not really talking to him at all because of that. But that was a time that a professor tried to get me to either sleep with him or have a relationship or whatever. Now I'm putting on the Essence Pure Nude highlighter in the shade Be My Highlight up on my cheekbones. So yeah, that was that story. That was fun. And I had seen him a few times because I just don't know when to say no. But now I finally said no because he's obviously a liar and tried to get me to do something that would have compromised my college career. But I'm smarter than that. So now I'm just blending out the highlight too because I don't want to line. Okay, and I actually have to recover up a pimple here because my nose is like running, like not to be gross or anything, and it took the concealer off. So let me just cover that up real quick. And that made it look worse, so that's fun. Yeah, cool. Got this nice little pimple. Whatever, we're just gonna ignore that today. I honestly don't have it in me to care. Okay, so now I'm taking an eyelash curler and I'm gonna curl my eyelashes. I hope this isn't too long to like upload onto Tumblr or even YouTube if I have to. Alright, so now I'm taking the Maybelline Lash Sensational mascara. Wow, I hardcore got that mascara on my eyeshadow. I'll have to fix that later. This video is already too long.